Alright, just before we start, here's the list of trigger warnings that may be in this video. If any of these do bother you, please go back. But if you wish to carry on, then here we go. Right. Continue. Woo! After that amazing party last night. God. I'm still really hoping that my husband isn't fucking cheating on me at this point. Because seriously, I don't know what I'm gonna do at that point. I honestly have no idea. Anyway, let's check relationships, any changes. Oh yeah. Alright. Alright, the day after proved to be a difficult task. My darling prince is a man of many connections, a man of the people. He is always talking to one person or another, and I am always left alone, unable to stay at his side at all times. It is frustrating, but I have to understand. Besides, I don't see why he can't just stay at home. At least I can do is make sure I have time while he is still here, which in of itself isn't as easy as it sounds. Not the bloody ballet of his trailing him around. Johannes, where's my tie? I can't find it anywhere. Have you looked around your neck? It should be there if it's not on your clothes horse, sir. It isn't often that I'm awake this early, at least early enough to find my darling preparing for the day and his valet attending to him. It's an old-fashioned way to go about the morning. He's able to dress himself after all. But he says it makes the day easier for him to have somebody else do the tedious tasks, albeit with a grimace. Though, if that manservant of his dislikes to do so much, I'll gladly do it instead. I've got my prince, come here. Well, someone's up and out of them, especially this early in the morning, huh? Here I thought you'd be knackered by the dancing we did last night at the party. And after that, well... A saucy wink and a smile is what he offers me as I draw close to fix his tie. When the valet reaches out with his perfume, I quickly take it and shoo him aside. This close, his scent fills me with smell of white flowers, cocoa, cardamom, and almonds. It's intoxicating. And at the sight of the two of us in the bathing mirror is picturesque and perfect. I can't... Can I help it if a bit of resentful if another person try to do this for Luke every morning, where I could have done it myself. No, I can't.
Where did Miss Strokin? I have this. I still don't know what stroking means. I think that might be a serious insult, but I don't know. Go on then. You'll be summoned if you're needed. There's a curious look, furrowed brows, before any sign that he cares is wiped from his expression. Very well. If you need me, I'll be somewhere that isn't here. You could have said that. You could have let the man do his job. And I say there's no need for him. I can take care of you just fine, my prince. Just where are you off to this morning anyway? I hate the thought of him leaving me. I feel like an eternity without him here in this lonely place that doesn't feel like home yet quite yet. Although the mansion is really growing on me, slowly but surely. I went to hide at his side, yet he fails to see such obvious thing. Business, where else? Can't you just work from home? You can't afford, can't you? Business needs a firm hand and a personal touch, Buttercup. Besides, I can't stay cooped up in here forever. I'll go mad. Well, you'll come back as soon as possible, right? It's awfully lonely without you, my prince. I could. I don't see what I should, though. This has been a problem before. You know I'll come home when I come home. Just get home as soon as you can for me, won't you? No promises. It's business, after all. I just can't stand in the middle of the meeting and tell them my wife wants me home. Then forget those peasants. He stops and stares, looking at her for a moment before shaking his head. Is he feeling ill? That's more reason for him to stay here with me, isn't it? I'm being a good wife, ruined by my husband and all. Be good, dear, and stay safe. There's been all sorts of dodgy characters seen about the property. True. I'll be leaving Johannes with you, just in case you need anything, and be on the safe side, okay? But I don't need a valet. I need you here with me. I'll be closing a big deal with the pharmaceutical company soon. If you things go according to the plan, maybe after that I can take a breather. No maybes. You have to promise me. I only need him. I'm going to be late, Hannah. The longer it takes, the later I'll get home. Fine. Shall I see you out? If that's what you want. At the front door, the valet waits, waiting to accompany him for the rest of the day when he's told to stay in touch with me. I still don't like that. Looks like he doesn't either. But I ignore him in favor of the one who really matters. I hold Luke's hand in mine and give him a deep kiss. It makes my heart flutter as I see the way his eyes close during a moment of passion. Parting for air, I can only smile. Have a good day, my prince. Right, off I go. I still don't want him to leave. He should stay. Forever. If you can let go of my hand, please, Hannah. It's just so hard to let him go when I finally have him in my grasp. To watch him enter his car and leave pains me so. It leaves behind an aching, gaping hole like hunger and a need. If it fits you, breakfast is in the parlor, madam. If anything, I'll be in a foul mood until he returns. Just leave and go practice your bloody sodomy elsewhere. Okay. Peculiar. Yeah, it's still hard to say. When I turn around to his side and to leave, he's already gone. I want to be alone, without anyone bothering me. I want to be alone with myself and my thoughts, with only these halls as company. These damn halls which will hold our memories, just he and I. There's no one else I need but my prince. Not some cheeky servant who's just living it up because he's Luke's right-hand man. Rubbish like him deserves nothing. He deserves to be thrown and locked in the attic. Without realizing my feet have brought me here. This empty, lifeless room disgusts me. The longer I stare at it, the harder it gets to breathe, as if the walls are moving in on me. Yet at the same time, it pulls me in. I hear the whispering, and curiosity gets better of me as I look under the bed. There in the far corner, a loose floorboard. The wood, despite having swelled and warped over the years, is strangely familiar, comforting in its feel. Though it's not merely what my hand searches for it as I reach for it. It takes quite an effort, but soon I'm able to lift it.
And inside, underneath the dust and cobwebs, lies a pendant, warm and familiar. I don't know what the first one is, but I know the top part of the first one does mean mountain, and then the second one does mean child. The second kanji means child, but I'm not really sure. I swear, if I just close my eyes, I can feel it beating in my palm. I feel a thrill, though I also feel like a thief for taking this. But it's mine. Shit, she really is being possessed, I think. So without delay, I hide in our room. In front of the vanity, I see the way my eyes shine as I remove the clasp from my old necklace and put on this new one. It fits a lot better than the old one. I can feel its weight on my chest. Oh god. She looks messed up. Hannah, please. Right where it belongs. I'm switching perspectives again. I'm Zach. I love Zach so much. I mean, yeah. Because I still don't understand how he doesn't have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever the hell he wants because he's a great guy. I mean, seriously. Okay, let's see what his profile says. Alright. He's 31? Really? Huh. Okay. He's 6'6". Or 6 foot. Yeah, that's 6 foot, my bad. He's American. Let's see. He likes pie. Pie's good. What kind of pie? photography and filmography, whatever the hell. Documentaries, cooking, acoustic guitar, and video games. Right. Before his parents' death, he lived in New Jersey, where his family owned a diner and bakery. He and his older sister were orphaned due to a hate crime. Well, that's sad. And they were forced to move to England, where their grandparents lived. He loved cooking and helping out with their old diner, but grew lazy and disinterested after the incident. It did not help that he was one of the few blacks in a predominantly white community at the time. His passion for the visual arts was sparked when he found old Polaroids and home movies of his parents. Freelancing helped pay his rent, but the man had long set his sights on indie film scene. It was during the creation of one of the first documentaries that a robbery occurred and Ashton was there to investigate. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time led to Zachary being placed as a suspect, but the rookie detective helped clear him the name. Well, that's nice. Okay, so based off how it's going, I guess Mary Ann will be the next person I play, then Rebecca, Ashton, Luke. So I don't get Luke's perspective on this entire thing until, like, way late, I guess. I still really want to know if he really is cheating on me or not, too, because I don't know. And if he is, I'm gonna be actually kind of pissed off, but whatever. I mean, Hannah deserves better than this, despite the fact that she's being possessed now by the demon ghost scary lady. But yeah, whatever. Alright. The pleasant aroma hits me long before I cross the threshold. Faint, but light and warm. A reminder of what home is. Pa's stern, commending gaze. Ma's tender smiles. The sunlight filters through the eaves in the morning. And the distinct smell of cinnamon and vanilla as it drifts through the air every time something cooks from the room. The room. Our room. Mom, Pa's pride and joy. My sister and I too, eventually. But we aren't allowed there. Not yet. Not until we're taller or older. Not until we've learned how to take care of ourselves, not burn our hands, or reach in the cupboards for the hand we lifted. But a little peek wouldn't hurt, yeah? The floorboards are cold under my feet, more than usual. The walls are more foreboding than what I'm used to. Further and further the room goes. Ma singing ceases, and Pa... No, please wait. I'll be good. I'll sleep on time. Don't go. I can't hear Pa. Not above the, orchestra clanging and deafening roar of gunshots. Noise screams replacing the uncomforting soft melodies. There's only blinding fear. When my foot slips, the red sea that catches me is bitter and frigid, but the blood that drips to my hand warm. Oh god, this is sad. It ain't my blood. The walls tumble and everything goes silent. Poor Zach. It takes a few moments for everything to fall into place, for my eyes to adjust to the relative darkness of the room. Despite the pleasant chill the AC brings, my shirt is clinging tightly to me, and my blanket is tangled mess around my throat. Morning has not arrived yet. Way too early for this man. And too long. Too long since I've last woken up drenched in my own sweat, head layering with thoughts that are gone as soon as my eyes open. All too often, only imprints and brief images are left to haunt me for the rest of the day, or until my mind forgets about it. Egad, whichever comes first. Yet vivid or not, what I can't remember does not matter. Regardless, the depression sticks, clawing, pushing, urging me to live every moment, every sensation, and... There's a twinkle in Ma's eyes when she looks up from her work, flour dusting her nose and cheeks. The scent of freshly baked bread wafts through the oven as soon as Pa opens it, and holy fragrance of honey fills the room. He reaches up and swipes a small bead of sweat away from his forehead before gesturing for me to come closer the moment he spots me on my little hiding place behind the door. I expect him to be angry, but his pat on my back when I come within arm's reach is encouraging enough. What a taste Taste these first before we put in sail tomorrow. You up for it, little man? Is it good enough? A knot cuts through the air before I can answer. Sharp, heavy, demanding, familiar. So distantly familiar. Ma pushes me out of the kitchen when Pa moves to answer it. But I know. I know it waits outside. The taste of blood inside my mouth sends an unpleasant churning in my gut. Ma's apron crinkles in my tight grip. Something snaps back into place. My bed remains in utter disarray. The walls still need a new paint job, and the clock ticking on the opposite side of the bed is unsettling as ever. Ash is right. I should have already replaced that when I had the chance. You're no longer there, Zachary. Ah, shit. You're no longer there, Zachary. Here and there are miles apart. Calm down. Breathe. The pressure of my own fingers against the temple is a welcome sensation over the anxiety gripping me. It never really did anything to stave off the headaches sure to follow me after this before, but it grounds me. A little reminder that I am safe. Away from the place that I once called home. Away from Mom and Pa's. The urgency with each rap that follows finally chases away the ghosts threatening to hang around. Why anyone thinks it's a good idea to knock at someone's door at this late confuses me. Nana would chase them all away with a broom if she was here. I want to bet it's Ash. I'm going to bet on that one. But no matter. It's a welcome break from the thoughts, but they take more of a turn if I let it fester. It's probably just Ash anyway. Looking for a place to crash. Looking for a place to crash. Wonders why he's bothering with courtesy when he never did so before. Maybe it's not him. Even with that hunch, though, habit compels me to check who it is for people. Better safe than sorry, they say. Except the person that greets me on the other side ain't him. Unless his hair grew longer overnight and started wearing a ponytail, of course. Isabella, she's okay! Oh, thank God. Which I highly doubt would happen anytime soon, no matter how funny that looks in my head. Ash with a ponytail. Yeah. I wasted no time opening the latches. Isabella, it's late. There's something I can't quite pinpoint in her eyes when she looks up. Her face is a pallid shade, shoulders tense, and breathing heavy and uncontrollable shaking in her hands as she tries to hold back. Hide if I didn't know better. Hey, Zach. I'm sorry, I know it's weird for me to show up at this hour, but you were the closest to my office and... No, it's perfectly fine. I'm not really working on anything right now. Do you want to come in? Is it alright? I know you should be sleeping at this hour, but I thought... I'm sorry, I just thought... I have no idea why I went here. My feet just moved on its own after I got out of the office, and sorry. She trails off, her voice lost in the muggy night air. I wait for her to say more, but instead her only response is a downward shift of her gaze, back to her still trembling hands, as if the emotion alone is enough of an expectation. A minuscule gesture. Easy to miss if one isn't paying attention. But for someone who has seen the same expression in the mirror, and the same thing too many times when night terrors are inevitable, it's not. Hey, don't worry about it. At least you knocked. Ash just barges in here and crashes on the couch when he feels like it. I swear, that guy is one fine hairline away from being a criminal. Besides, you already know you can count on me whenever. Without waiting for her answer, I step away from the door and saunter over the kitchenette. For 2 good seconds, only clinking of plates can be heard above the constant tick-tock. Days maybe before a snack, the familiar emotions keep me occupied, steering my mind away from dangerous thoughts. Isabella's company is not unwelcome either. Whatever her reasons for showing up here at such an hour doesn't matter. I'll be damned if I just turn her away and surprise what she is. I wonder if they know about Rose's death. The door clicks shut behind her as when she finally enters, feet scuffling softly across the tiled floor. In all the years I've known her, she has never once lost her upbeat spirit. Yet in this particular moment, as she stands in my doorway, holding her arms close to herself, it's as if I'm looking at someone clearly withdrawn from the person I've come to know all these years. Do you want a drink or anything? I haven't restocked my food stash yet, so my ingredients may be a bit limited, but I'm sure we can whip something up with what I have here. Water will do, please. Thanks, Zach. What? No additional food requests? That's new. I'll put something together for you anyway. And feel free to make yourself at home. You're not exactly a visitor here, although my room's not. I'm not at all as much presentable right now. Sorry. You're a freelance gig and such. Didn't have time to fix things up here lately. It's okay. I don't mind. Usually she have said something more. Usually she has something more to say about that. Equip a witty remark to provoke a laughter or two. Nothing from her this time. Only a weak smile before she takes you on the couch. A silence that stretches out until what we have left hanging it feels disconcerting. Before everything turns stifling and awkward, I continue talking, if only to keep the dead air at bay. How's one supposed to keep a conversation going when the person you're talking to is like this? Anyway, gigs. Can you believe this one client we got? Boss had all my scheduled shifts shifted after they caught wind of a couple buying new property. It'd be nice to have all that money in the world. The world itself moves for you, huh? She's curled up on one side of the couch, hugging her knees close when I bring tray carrying sandwiches and the water's requested. She starts to straighten up as I'm unloading the contents, but as soon as I hold my hand up in haughty gesture. You're a guest. Didn't I say you're free to make yourself at home? Here's your water. Careful. Tremor in her hands, the lighter now, still hasn't subsided when she reaches out for the glass. I give her a questioning look, but she's quick to avert her eyes, keeping herself occupied by taking small gulps of water. Or maybe she just doesn't want me asking questions. Worrying. The sudden loss for words, this quick bout of quiet, not normally present in our chats. Even the creaking of the old chair when I casually take a seat is what can break. Although the company is familiar, this has gone way past unnerving. What happened? Overtime at work? She doesn't answer immediately. Another gulp drains her glass of its remaining contents. One would think it would be enough to help her recover, yet she doesn't lose her taut grip on the glass as she curls it in her lap. Her eyes take on a focused gaze when she speaks again. Yeah. Boss gave me extra work today after what happened. To Rose. Rose? Why do I feel like you mentioned her before? Sorry, I'm better with remembering faces than names. She was my coworker. That would take some getting used to. I was just talking to her the other day. Was? Did she resign or something? I think I'm missing a few details here, Bella. You've never met her. I think I did mention her once or twice. It doesn't matter. You probably heard her name recently from the news than me. Something clicks then. A little memory from the night before. The bright red light from the dark room, a strong odor from the stop bath, the television's barely audible murmur in the background, and a glimpse of a bloody room. The news is everywhere, even the morning that follows. I didn't think its effects would strike someone this close to me. Oh, damn. I didn't mean to bring that up. No, like I said, it would take some getting used to, but it'll get better. I hope it will. Things might become a little busier for me, though. She left a lot of things unfinished, and I'm one of the few people in the office who knows how she works. Boss thinks the transition will be easier if I handle it. Ah, that explains it. Well, just don't forget you still need rest. Even the most hard-working people I know don't keep hours as late as this. Hell, the subway stopped running hours ago. Crime rate might be lower here than most places, but that doesn't mean you can walk around freely in the middle of the night. It's just for a day. Good thing you dropped by here first. I'm not about to let you walk out there alone, especially not in the middle of the night. Who knows what could happen? I'm not saying you should go out right now, but I could accompany you home if you... No, wait. Please. The vehement tension in her voice makes me pause, and it's in an instant the mask that she's been keeping up falls apart, if only for a short while. Right then and there, I understood what's hiding behind her unfocused stare from the moment she arrived. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear. It's disturbing to see such marring her usual upbeat countenance. With a sigh, I cross a small distance separating us and kneel in front of her. She doesn't flinch when I do so. However, the way she appears to make herself smaller and couch is telling enough. Bella, this ain't about your coworker, is it? What is it really about? I'm all ears. The sound of glass shattering rents through the air as soon as her hold loosens on it. In a span of a few seconds, her breathing grows labored. I don't know anymore. She claps a hand over her ears, pressing it tightly against the side of her head. Her voice grows weaker with each word, each plea coming out of her mouth. Please don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone right now. I can't shake it off. Everywhere it's not safe, and Bella, look at me. Look at me. My hands are firm on her shoulders when I point look at me. It takes every force of will to ignore the terror in her eyes in favor of taking control of the situation. Too close, too similar. Breathe. You're safe here. Inhale, hold, exhale. Stay in the present. I'm here. No one's gonna hurt you. Do you want to talk about it? The force with which she shakes her head is enough to drop the topic altogether. No more, please. No more. I don't want to remember anymore. Okay, no more talking. I won't ask you anymore. Can I get you anything? Another glass of water? I think I have a tub, the pistachio ice cream that you love so much. We're gonna have to clean this mess up first. Will you be finding your own for a little while? She nods slightly before retreating into herself again. No words are exchanged after that, and I take that as my cue to start cleaning up the shards that are littering the floor before either one of us gets hurt. The quiet from the AC is a pleasant distraction as I go over the menial task. More so than her ragged draws of breath, or my little feeble attempts to tell a quick story or two. But the latter does the trick. And soon enough, she's already drifted off by the time I return with the promised glass of water. Her chest rising, falling in steady rhythm. The strain of her shoulders gone. Frankly, I've never seen her this still. She mumbles something I don't quite catch when I carry her to the empty bed, and hugs herself tighter with the nest blankets. Despite the fact that she appears relaxed, a small frown on her face hasn't quite disappeared. What happened to her won't be leaving her anytime soon. But for her sake, I hope it won't stay with her long. Because no matter what promise I've made, this is the kind of fear no person could shield her from. I should know. There's still questions left to be answered. But the late hour, coupled with sudden exhaustion, made my old couch a more comfortable bed than it typically is. Darkness immediately welcomes me as soon as my head hits makeshift pillow. I can only wish the dreams will keep a distance for now. For both of us. Alright, it's the next day. God. I'm happy she actually is okay, but I know she's also not okay. So, yeah. The first few notes, while muffled, are enough to wake me. In the end, it becomes one of those nights when sleep passes like in a blink and is plagued with vague, fuzzy thoughts. I lift my hand to rub away the drowsiness from my eyes, although it does little to relieve the gritty, burning sensation on my eyelids. Outside, the sun has yet to peek over the horizon, but night has already given way to the cool morning light, washing everything in subtle gray hues. At this hour, the entire city remains unstirring. Ordinarily, waking up before my alarm means abusing the snooze button, twice or thrice just to catch those few precious extra minutes of sleep. But the persistent ringing makes it impossible now. This better be good. Gargly, I scramble for the bag sitting on the foot of the bed. Hey, it's Ash. The ringing hasn't stopped even as I fish the phone out, and Ashton's name flashes brightly on the screen when I turn it on. Must be pretty urgent, he hasn't dropped the call yet. Took you long enough, Z-Man. Ashton, it's 6. 6 in the morning. The sun hasn't even risen. How my brain ain't even awake yet. And Stockholm Museum yet. It's 20 past 6, Zach. You're one to talk. Give me back my extra 5 minutes, Ash. I want my sleep. Hey, don't make fun of me. I can be a morning person if I want to. What's this really about? You don't usually take calls around this hour. Is the world ending today? Sorry about that. Becca rang me up a few minutes ago looking for Isabella. Said she didn't show up in her own apartment last night. We both tried calling, but her phone seems to be off. Do you have any idea where? I should have known you two come looking for her first thing in the morning. Not laughing matters, Zach. You really can't let your guard down with everything that's happened here recently. You've heard about the Cooper woman from the news. Every precinct has been restless over the incident the other day. Yeah, I get what you mean. Listen, Ash, about Bella. I let my voice trail off. I'm unsure how to go about recounting last night. If I should even say anything to him. He might be a close friend, but at the end of the day, whatever's bothering her ain't mine to speak of in the first place. On the bed, Isabel remains as still as when I transferred to the night before. Sometime during her sleep, she pulled the blanket over herself and tucked it into her comfortably. Like this, it's easy to forget the horror in her eyes, how much her hands and lips trembled. Save for her firm grip on the edge of the covers, she appears nearly as normal as she would any other day. Almost. I'm not really sure how to go about this while being... Zach, what about her? Something, the worry, the concern, must have surfaced in my tone because his voice shifts then. Carefully, as if he's preparing for the worst. Look, you don't have to worry about her. She's with me right now. Since last night, in fact. Oh, why didn't you just say so earlier? She kind of knocked in the middle of the night. I couldn't possibly wake you two up for that. And with how things are when she arrived, I thought it'd be best to let her rest first. I wasn't expecting people would be looking for before rooster can crow. You can at least call her or something. Becca's beside herself with worry when she found out. You know how much she frets over the small stuff. I know. I'm sorry. That was the last of my part. I just didn't think... Okay, you know what? Rebecca's worries ain't completely baseless. Isabella hasn't been her usual self since the movie. Maybe even before that. I don't know if I should be opening my mouth about this, but Bella didn't outright say I shouldn't, so... So something's wrong then? I'm not quite sure. To be completely honest. I couldn't get the story out of her. Really? I thought you would have learned something from me by now. That's not it. Ash, when she appeared at my door last night, she was shaking. And shoot. When I tried to ask her about it, she just panicked. Had this frightened look on her face. I'd be surprised if this is the first time I've seen it, but it ain't. Dude, this is the first time she was screaming. First time? When was this? You weren't talking about the whole thing in the movie house, are you? Because that was just us fooling around. Granted, I think I went overboard the joke, but no, it happened the day after, when she invited us out to lunch. You weren't there. We were walking 1 second, and then the next, she's crying out. I'll be straight with you, that scared me shitless. It bothers him if the way he falls silent is after his telling. Whatever his opinion is stays absent from his voice when he speaks again. He's always been good with that, hiding what he thinks. Did she say anything else? Nothing. She won't tell me anything besides a few vague words. I didn't want to push it. Where is she? Still sleeping? Right here with me, still sleeping. Should I wake her up or something? I let her know you guys are looking for her. No need. Let her rest. I'll drop by in a few. Today? Don't you have work at this time? I mean, I can drop her off at home myself before meeting my client later. Look who's talking. My schedule's flexible, Ash. Last time I checked, you're the one who didn't have that luxury. How many do you think I'm able to tag along when you need me? It's not completely out of the way. They live on the other side of town from you, Ash. Your definition of out of the way is a little screwed up, you know. It's fine. I have some things I need to do anyway. I'll call you back. I gotta let Becca know that security cat's fine. Bye. He drops the call before I can even get a word in. And for several minutes after, I find myself simply listening to the rest of the Luxborn rouses. The increasing sounds of passing traffic, the bustle of nearby shops preparing for the day, and the growing clamor of the people when they go about their morning. Not the most soothing sounds to hear following a troubled night, but the routine puts me at ease nevertheless. What's comforting, what's safe, what I'm used to. Nearby, Isabella ships, but doesn't wake, blissfully unaware as the city slowly inserts itself back to life. Was her night as restless as the one I had? Were her dreams as lucid? In hushed moments like this, I envy her. Unreasonable, probably a little unfair to say in such light as last night. If only forgetting is easy as breathing. A small yawn escapes me when I rise from the couch stretch. Luckily, the short conversation with Ash has effectively driven away any will to go back to bed. I still have the day to get through despite the proverbial ghost hanging around. The orange bottle sitting at the edge of the table is reassuring against my palm the instant I pick it up. The sterile odor of the capsules equally do so. Yet the weight they carry is something I've never gotten used to. Years ago, I'd spend minutes, heck, even hours, staring at a single pill prior to taking one. Now it's just routine, a way to stave off the unwanted nightly visits. I wonder which kind of pills these are. Although I don't think Dr. Navarro will be pleased if he finds out I'm relying on them again. I do owe him a visit regardless, especially after missing our appointments on purpose and ignoring his calls for weeks. The other side comes out, tired and weary. Then I pop a tablet in my mouth. Zach, what time is it? The bottom of my hand hits the table with more force than necessary. As much as I trust my friends, there's things I'd rather keep to myself. Morning, Bella. Did you sleep well? She answers the question with a long, drawn-out yawn, one reminiscent of a child. A chuckle manages to come out of my mouth at the sight. In this manner, it's easy to mistake her for someone too young for responsibilities. Inexperienced and immature, even. Easy to forget she was thrust in the role of an adult earlier than her own dreams can afford. To overlook how surprisingly observant she can be at times. Maybe not on the same level Ash exercises for his investigations, or Becca needs for her own work, but it's still certainly enough to definitely put. Oh my god, why do I keep skipping? Definitely put what she needs to see around her on canvas. And the way her eyes flicker to the table and my hand says something, it is that I won't be able to avoid questions this time. Only a little. I don't remember how I got into bed though. My doing. You didn't look very comfortable sleeping on the couch, all hunched up like that. It would have been enough for something temporary. Sorry I stole your bed. Hey, it doesn't matter. Besides, what kind of gentleman would I be if I leave a lady sleeping in such uncomfortable conditions? Not in this house. My nana would give me enough scolding if I ever did that, I'm telling you. Thanks a lot, Zach. I know I barged in a very inconvenient time last night. I wasn't really thinking when I did, and hey, it's cool, Bella. I ain't mad at you. That's what friends do. You guys are welcome here anytime. Although Ashton abuses the anytime part a lot, I really don't mind. We might have a little less wiggle room if all four of us are present considering the size of this place, but as long as no one makes anything explode, it's totally fine. Fine or not, I still owe you for last night's trouble, especially since you don't seem to be. A concerned expression passed over Beatrice as she spares another cursory glance over the table back to the bottle, holding every small piece of what keeps the bad memories at bay. The blood glooming over Pa's heart, the horrified look on Ma's face as she watches him fall lifeless to the ground, and every ounce of spite seeping from the stranger's smile. You don't belong here. Monkeys don't belong here. Wow. It never stops, does it? Well, you don't seem to be feeling well. Let me know, okay? I'll make it up to you somehow. She makes a light gesture with her head towards the bottle, asking a question without really asking. Celery has never been one of her greatest assets, but right now, even Ash would have been amazed, if not at a loss for words at that. She just left it up to me whether I to give her a response she wants to hear. Oh, she wants to hear or not. A little clever from her, but don't ask me. Play it off, tell the truth. I'm trying to keep everybody's relationship up, so tell the truth, maybe? Let me see if that worked first. Okay, it did. I just thought something. Has Zach ever met Marianne? Or Marion? I'm not really sure. I don't think she had. I don't think they've met. But it's never easy, ain't it? Talking about my own problems, that is. It would never be. Not by a long shot. And I wouldn't have let it stay this way for so long. I realized not that long ago when the wounds were still fresh and the dreams were a nightly occurrence. You can't force yourself to get better or move on to better things. It's what's normal now. I can only cope. The question in her eyes may be unwarranted. Born simply out of curiosity and sincere concern for a friend. I don't owe her an explanation, in fact. But out of all people I keep close to my life, she's probably one of the few who I can perhaps trust with this. Maybe she won't understand entirely. I don't want to expect too much of her, and giving too much what I can. However, for all her shortcomings, I know she'll hear me out. That's all I can ask of her. My bad. I was kind of hoping you wouldn't see me with these. The pillows rattle lightly against the container as I pick it up and set it back in its usual place. Always a small area close to my laptop, near the right hand. Within reach whenever, and a quiet reminder of what I shouldn't miss every day. Oh, is it bad? I was just thinking maybe it's a cold like Becca's. Do you mean to get anything from the store? Soup or something? There's one nearby, right? I can run real quick and... No, nothing of that sort. I'm perfectly healthy right now. It's really difficult to say, but can you promise you'll at least listen? What is this about, Zach? I should have been upfront with you about this a long time ago. Well, Ashton found out without me telling him anything, but you already know how that guy is. Can't hide anything from him. Well, if it's something you're having trouble saying, you don't have to force yourself to tell me. I'll forget I ever saw anything and won't ask questions. Promise. No, I need to get this off my chest eventually. Besides, we're already here. Might as well start when I finished, yeah? If you say so. She takes a seat on the couch, her posture easy and open, and her smile honest. As if this is just a simple talk between friends on a regular day. It's far from one, but her unreserved air is enough to stamp down the twinge of ease that threatens to come up. Let's hear it then. And she does. True to her word, she listens to these stories go down my mouth, of my mom and pa, that little old diner across the pond, and what's left to me that day. I can't recall most of it now. My own count jacket was few missing details here and there. The passing years eroded most of the recollection of the whole incident. All except for that one moment in the kitchen. The ring of gunshots are as vivid as it sounds that day. Even Ma's hysterical screams, the moment paused by his floor motionless, his lifeblood flowing out from under him. And the gunman, he was smiling. He was smiling when Pa opened the door to welcome him. He was smiling when he put the bullet in Pa's chest. I've heard stories of how the world can be a cruel place for people like us before. I never believed it until that moment. Nana and Gran took us in right after that. Sis and I flew straight to New Jersey as soon as they heard the news. A few days after, Mom and Pa were laid to rest. We have a new home a continent away. I didn't even get a chance to take my favorite pillow with me. There's something about a change of environment would be good for us. But they had no idea the different kind of ghosts were following me. I started questions, most of it brimming with childlike curiosity, and maybe some that are a little too hard to answer. To her credit, she just sat there, lent ear, and looked at me with no expectations or unsightly judgment in her eyes. She appears wiser and older like this. Easier to see as the breadwinner in here. Her younger siblings are lucky to have her. But I'm done, after everything's been said, she wraps her arms around me. A bit awkward considering the gap in our heights, but it gets her sentiment across. But it's difficult to answer in this kind. Right? If I'm even supposed to reciprocate the gesture, given my earlier friendship. She pulls away shortly with a smile on her face. Not the reaction I braced myself for, but this is better than what I imagined. Are you not going to say anything? Am I supposed to say anything after that? Like apologize or something? I don't think that's very appropriate, but if you'd like to hear one, I can think of something real quick. Not really. Other people have said have something to say after usually. It's not necessarily nice either. Oh, okay then. I won't. I can't think of anything anyway. Sorry, I'm not very good with this. Who else knows, by the way? My older sister, grandparents, and just Ash and you for now. Maybe I think I should tell Rebecca too, but not right now? Yeah, not right now. When I'm ready. Like today. I'm sure she'll be willing to hear you out once you do. I don't doubt she will. I'm more afraid of how she'll react. But one step at a time, yeah? Surprisingly, it feels good to get that off my chest. I was a little afraid to be angry. I didn't tell you earlier today. I'm not angry, I'm just surprised. You didn't look like it. I wouldn't have expected it. I suppose it's how often it is. Isn't it? We all have our, what's the word Becca uses? Inner demons? But this is something personal to you. I understand why you'd have a few people know. That too. Well, these past few weeks haven't been easy for you. I didn't want to add to that. Not if last night. Something passes in her face. Brief, fleeting, and disappears right before I can recognize what it is. You okay? Yep, no worries. I'll be fine. Look, about last night. Never mind. This isn't a good time. But don't lose sleep over this, alright? What's important is that you got what you want to say out. And if you need me, I'll be there. I should really be relieved by her word. Be relieved. Her words are more reassuring to my ears. There should be comfort in hearing those alone. But somehow, I find myself worrying for her even more. I'll make another attempt to get her out of her way. But this is a dance I know too well. And with her, I doubt forcing her to say something would yield any results. As much as I want to imitate Ash, there's only so much I can ask that won't result in something a little over disastrous. At best, she will stop talking to me until a week passes. At worst, I'd rather not risk it. I've never seen her angry. Outright annoyed, maybe even directed at Ash, but never furious. What do they say again about the happiest people when angered? Besides, it'd be unfair to her after our little chat. So, food then? She seems relieved that Brisk changed the subject, and as if it's been simply waiting for its cue all this time, her stomach grumbles at the mention of food. Rather loudly, as a matter of fact. Alright, Missy, we're going to get some chow. Better be quick though. Can't have your stomach starting a revolution on us here. Don't make fun of me, I'm not that hungry. Maybe a little. I didn't think I'd be skipping dinner last night. And now we have one starved stomach protesting. Sorry, but it'll be nothing fancy since I'm a little low on stocks. I should probably drop by the grocery store after the meeting today. I can make a quick run for you if you want. No, I got enough to put something nice here. Maybe. I can always improvise if I'm missing an ingredient or two. It ain't like we're going for Michelin's 3-star status here. Also, didn't you say you're a guest? Is this a Filipino thing, or just Rebecca ripping off me? Last thing that comes out of her doesn't quite reach her eyes. Neither. The answer is neither. Besides, if she stays idle, she'll remember. And second that, I might need help slicing the potatoes while I prep the ham. You up for that? What? Don't think instant noodles... Do you think instant noodles are all I'm about? Well, if you know, I can cook mean pillow with my eyes closed. All my siblings love it. Sure you can. Come on, I think I think I know what we'll do with the spare ingredients. Despite the massive effort to keep the mood light with small chatter, cooking ends up mostly quiet affair. Between us, the constant unclapping of a knife against the board and the muffled noise from the television running, words become surprisingly difficult to put them together. Not entirely unusual. We've had moments like this before, but definitely unnerving with how things are now. I really wish someone would come knocking at the door. As pleasant as this is, breaking the ice or keeping the conversation going has never been my forte. That has always been Isabella's or Rebecca's department. Sometimes Ash, although most coming from him border on awkward or embarrassing. Speaking of the guy, he never did call back. It would have been my entire yearly salary that he'd go right back to sleep after the call. Or maybe not. Sorry, Bella. Could you... Yeah, I got it. The potatoes are almost done. Almost ready, by the way. I turned on the heat just in case. I don't want to check on them, though. Hold on, I'll be right there. Jeez, wait up. If you keep rapping on the door like that, you'll break it down. Ash! Oh good, you're awake. Ash has already welcomed himself in when I take my eyes away from the oven. He's never really been keen on the notion of courtesies after he warmed up to you, this guy. All 13 of my logs he broke can attest to that. Wow. Why the hell do you break... Why? Okay, whatever. He's a good fellow, though. Maybe a tad standoffish at first glance, but he's trustworthy. Don't you have work today? I could ask the same of you. Hey, Z-Man. You're late. Something came up? You need to drop the Z-Man, by the way. It's getting old. Sorry, I got caught up with something at the precinct on the way over here. Had to attend to it first before things got out of hand. I'll tell you about it, but you know how it can be with those kinds of things. Later, maybe. And you're here because... What, I'm not allowed to say hello? I thought you're here because of that. And you're not answering my question. My bad. My bad. I forgot to mention that. He called earlier looking for you. Rebecca's worried because you didn't come home last night. You could have called my cell instead. You weren't picking up. Anyway, I really had to cut this little get together short, but I need to be somewhere else. Come on, Isabella. Let's at least get you home. I'll drop you off on the way. Wait, we're going now? He lightly claps a hand on her arm and begins ushering her out of the apartment, throwing a casual wave at me as they pass. Isabella, on the other hand, doesn't appear too fond of the idea. And sure enough, before they even cross the threshold, she puts her firm foot down, the force alone not to halt them and catch a taller man off guard. It would have made for a funny picture. The way Ash almost crashed into her, and Isabella giving him a indignant pout over her shoulder. Surprising confusion all over his face at once. Two things that rarely ever grace it if you can help it. A rare moment, even for our small group. If only I had my camera with me. Dang. What is it? Zach cook something. It's just food. I'll give you something on the way back. But the food! It's Zach's cooking. Real delicious. That actually tastes like food. I don't know what to say about that. At least stay and have a bite, please. Zach, help me here. These two, whenever they're in the same room, sometimes it feels like hurrying a group of unruly kids instead of talking to two mature adults. One moment they're engaging in pleasant chit-chat, the next they're bickering over minor issues. Frankly, if I didn't know any better, I have an overactive imagination, I say there's something going on. Never mind how utterly impossible that idea is. Or it might be me reading too much into things, like always. I can already hear Ash's laughter if it's said just such. Ugh, shit. Shit. I don't know. Which one to pick. With Isabella, I know that, she doesn't want to be alone or anything. I don't know if it extends in now. She also did miss dinner. So there's Ash, who needs to get back and everything too. I'll go for the starving girl this time. Alright, I want to see how that changed real quick. Hey, it actually increased both of them. Holy shit, I just maxed out Isabella's thing with Zach. Nice. What was if I max it out though, I wonder. Oh well. At least Ashton's went up too, I guess. So I guess he's happy I gave him food. Even though Okay, I don't know about you two, but I think you guys should really stay. I've already made enough food for all of us, and it'd be a waste. But I cooked up that special honey glazed ham you two keep yapping about. I got some scalloped potatoes and with onions and cheddar to go with it too. Do you have a timer, James? I shoot them an apologetic look before sauntering over onto the kitchen, mittens in hand. The sweet smell of glaze and salt and the tang of melted cheese wafts through the air as soon as I open the door and take out the 2 trays out. The scent immediately fills the room, even with the door and windows open. The mouth-watering aroma lingers. Oh shit, are they? Was that both of them? It's appealing enough that when I put the dishes down on the counter, another starved stomach protests loudly, followed by a burst of laughter. My head snaps at the 2 of them, and I can't keep the smile back as they out of sight they make. Isabella's clinging to the door frame for support, doubled over the breathless laughter. Ash is more composed of the 2, trying to look unconcerned, but a flush has crept up his neck and cheeks. Shit, I'm It's clear whose stomach that came from, and Isabella's not gonna let him live this down. Damn, did you skip food too? That's probably why our relationship went up. Not because I offered you food, but well, that too, but because I offered you food and you're starving to death right now, apparently. How much food did you skip? You're in no place to reject an offer of free food, Frey. I wasn't rejecting anything. Damn it, I just missed a meal, that's all. Aw, he's flustered. Shut it. Those guys at the precinct said it was urgent. Someone had to be responsible for it. Well, aren't you, precious? Right, you know. If you keep laughing like that, you'll burst. I'm sure it won't be as bad as your stomach suddenly rumbling like a starved. Alright, kiddos, play nice. Who's gonna get cold if you keep this up? Ash, you gonna stay? Might as well, since Scaredy Cat's so hell bent on staying. Oh, this is a cute picture here. Okay. We eventually settled down. The food has been served. The jars replaced by the round of friendly chatter. Most of it was going on the news the night before. There is, however, a continuous effort to avoid mentioning what's currently on the headlines. The dead is never a good topic over food and play company. In this case in particular. The wounds are too fresh, too soon. I'd like to avoid it as well if I were in her position, and someone I personally knew passed away in a gruesome manner like that. Though perhaps the closest we got to broaching the topic is when the infamous mansion is brought up again. But even then, we're careful, Ash and I. We keep the conversation light and avoid bringing up her late business partner. It's the least we could do. The Wrights? Yeah, they're planning to move in soon. In fact, they already have a housewarming party planned. It's why they wanted us to rush the papers. They wanted to send all the invitations out as soon as possible. Oh, now I get it. Get what? Remember what I told you last night about the new clients? Vaguely? Sorry, I was a little out of it yesterday. Was it the photo shoot? Yep, actually, it's one you sold. Irma something. When you put it that way, I suppose it makes sense why my boss wanted me to prioritize the couple. So you can have those documents brushed instead of stuffing their fingers, then they're more influential than I thought. Man, I guess my boss is expecting a lot more from this project than I expected. Hope I can live up to it. Your photos are more than good enough, Zach. You'll probably win an international prize if you let yourself. Ma'am Hannah is easy to please too, as long as you're good at following instructions. Easier said than done. Different clients have different tastes after all. Still, a week? I don't think that's possible. Now that you mention it, yeah. They wanted everything finished at the earliest. To be honest, it's not unheard of, but it's still weird. Still weird, yeah? It's slip of the tongue. Barely noticeable to someone who's already familiar with Ash's ways. Yet this moment's impossible to miss. I shoot him a curious glance, but he ignores it. Rather pointedly. Wonder why he was avoiding saying fishy. Whatever. I can't exactly say like that. I'm just a middleman after all. As much as I want to comment on it, I only know what's on the surface, not the ins and outs. It's just that BRC and my boss are more hands-on with the legal stuff this time, despite having the separate department dedicated to it. Maybe Mr. Wright helped with it too. They have their own legal team for this, don't they? Well, they should have one, especially for a big property like this. They have, but like I said, it's off our hands. Rose and I don't handle this stuff in the office. But if anything, to me, it just means I'll be able to send the rest of the funds for Papa's treatment earlier. I guess that makes a whole lot of sense. It's officially off our instant noodle diet, aren't we? Ash, if anyone has ever told you that you have an uncanny way of ruining the mood, what? I was just saying. A few more months of stuffing your face with those, and I'm sure you started to look like a noodle cup. Oh, that's a pretty picture. At least I don't live off convenience store food. Or make poor, unassuming pressure cookers explode. How the hell do you make the pressure cooker explode? What? How did you... Oh, come on, Zach. Sorry, you just came up while we were cooking earlier. I'm impressed, Ash and Frey. You even made it to the news. That was on the news, too? Oh my god. A one-time thing, and it wasn't big a deal as you're imagining. Oh, sure, let's pretend that one time you didn't almost set my apartment on fire didn't happen, too. The fuck? Jeez. Are you just a bad cook or something? Is that why you apparently live on convenience store food and I'm guessing steal Zach's food? Hey, that was an accident. You were making a salad? What the fuck? Oh my god, Ash, what the hell? Can we please move on to different topics? It helps, the casual talk, the harmless teasing, the mundane stories, interesting enough to let time pass unnoticed. By the time lunch ends, the shadows are no longer a... Sorry. Okay, I'm better. The shadows are no longer at the forefront of my mind. If it's the same for Isabel, or whatever troubles her, I can never tell. These things, the anxiety, the fear, they ain't easily seen, ain't easily forgotten after all. You go on ahead. I got a few things to ask Zach. I'll be downstairs in a minute. Confusion barely flashes in her eyes as she catches the keys she tossed over. But he doesn't give her an answer and waits for her to go ahead. How sure are you I won't be driving away with your Shirley? You don't even have a license. Do you even know how to? Papa taught me how. I'm probably a better driver than you. See you later, Zach. Thanks for the food. Always have to have the last word, don't you? You're welcome. I'll send you the recipe for the potatoes tonight. The grim back on her face when she leaves and closes the door behind her. For a little while after we're alone, Ash goes wholly quiet, listening, waiting for her remaining footsteps in the hall to fade. The amusement is gone from his face, replaced by what I can only describe as trepidation. I know that look all too well. When he's like this, he's expecting shit about to go down at some point. That wasn't very nice, Ash. What was that with Isabel earlier? You're usually subtler with your questions. They hired you. Hired me who? Don't change the subject yet. What's really going on here? The Wrights. Luke and Hannah Wright. You said your next gig is with them. Is that what this is about? Just be careful around them. You have no idea what you're dealing with when it comes to that couple. I'd rather you stay far away from them as possible, but you're already here. Isabella's already their estate agent. Seriously, of all people in Luxmore. Okay? I guess I'll take your word for it. Maybe that's why he went to the damn, party and everything. He was nervous for Zach and stuff and everything too. Maybe he's investigating them? Is he part of that investigation he's doing? Is that what they're doing? I think it's a good question. He nods, cuffs a comforting hand on my back, and turns to leave without another word. He's never been good with those. More often, he fumbles with what he wants to say, but his actions alone are enough to tell me how grateful he is for the trust. He reaches for the knob as soon as he gets to the door, but doesn't turn it. Instead, he looks back and gestures with the head toward the table. I don't need to follow his lines of sight to know what he was going to ask. He'd like to take notice of it the moment he entered the room. You back on those? I haven't seen you take them in a year. Yeah, I kinda had to. It got worse after the film fest. The dreams, that is. I don't think I'll be doing that again anytime soon. Heard about that. Don't drop it though. You don't want Becca scouting you. She actually enjoyed the movie you made, and she's hard to please. Consider that a small victory. You don't have to tell me, she already did. Becca and Bella both gave me an earful after I said the opposite. Promised them I wouldn't, but you can never tell. Hopefully once I feel better, I'll be able to think about it properly. Speaking of Bella, she didn't open up to me, but maybe you and Rebecca... Yeah, I'll try. I can't promise anything, but I'll talk to her. Thanks, that's all I'm asking. This time when he reaches for the door, he lets it close fully behind him without glancing back. A mild draft sweeps through the room as he closes the door behind him, slightly disturbing the papers on the nearby fridge. A lone note flutters by my feet, the letters on the surface glaring with mute intensity. Ermengarde Mansion, H. Wright, 11 a.m. After Ashton's warning, they all hold a different meaning now. Okay, I'm taking a break now. I've done a lot of talking now, and my mouth's starting to get 2 drives and everything. God. Alright.